Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
The driver of this white car thought they had diffused a road rage situation. Turns out the other guy was far from finished.
A high-profile protester raises his voice in support of a man in trouble over selling medical marijuana.
Beaumont's top expert on infectious disease talks about what he's seeing in hospitals that has him so concerned about another spike in COVID cases. Glad you're with us tonight at 6. New numbers from the state continue to show a steady climb in new cases of COVID.
In fact, the state reports nearly 4,500 new cases in the last 48 hours. That's an average of 2,247 cases a day. Sadly, we've lost 90 Michiganders during that same time period, 36 from a review of vital records. On the vaccine front, 65.9% of people in the state have received at least one vaccine dose.
Surge in new COVID cases has the CDC advising unvaccinated people to avoid Labor Day travel. Now, Michigan's rising numbers, just one reason health experts are concerned about another spike as we head into the fall and eventually the winter months.
Right. Sean Lay spoke with Beaumont's top infectious disease doctor, and also we just heard from Governor Whitmer as well, Sean.
Kimberly, we just did hear from Governor Whitmer moments ago, and she reiterated no in-school mask mandate coming from her or the state health department, again reiterating she is leaving that decision to the local level. Take a look.
This juncture, we have seen public health departments working with schools. About 60% of our students are in districts that require masks. Hopeful that that number continues to grow.
Dr. Nick Gilpin, infectious disease expert with Beaumont Health, says he is concerned that another COVID wave could be coming with kids back in school and unvaccinated COVID cases are adding up.
I do worry that these numbers will continue to grow. I think that number could be a lot worse. We've been lucky to have some pretty good late summer weather in Michigan that's been able to keep people outdoors. When that weather cools down and people start moving inside again with a significant percentage of unvaccinated still out there, I think we could see another surge.
A year ago, the state mandated masks. Gilpin says he sees that vaccines and masks work.
Of course, I support wearing masks in public. I mean, I'm an infectious disease physician. That's what I do. I don't want this virus to continue to replicate, because if it does, we know there's precedent that it can continue to mutate into less friendly versions of itself that could be more transmissible and potentially more deadly.
Two more pieces of news being made late today. The governor also just said she does not anticipate the state extending unemployment benefits. Getting back to Dr. Gilpin there, he says across the Beaumont Health System, 8 hospitals, there are 150 COVID patients right now, most of which are not vaccinated. He says the 150 number is actually kind of tricky because of staffing issues. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
Okay, Sean, thanks.
Another case of road rage escalates, this time on the streets of Wyandotte. This was August 28th, and it led to a man taking a baseball bat to the other man's car. Jason Colthorpe here with the video. Jason.
Yeah, and Devin, this really plays into the narrative we've seen over the last year and a half. People unable to control their anger and let things go. And police say that looks like it's the case here again. And look closely at this video because police need your help to identify this man.
It began on the road. Wyandotte police say one driver was upset because the guy in front of him was driving too slow for his liking. So he followed him into the Big Boy parking lot.
They exchanged words. The suspect actually exited his car and grabbed a baseball bat. And the victim did not back down at this point. The victim continued to exchange words with the suspect. And this caused the suspect to kind of called his bluff. So he got back in his car and he took off.
But things were about to escalate.
He goes inside the restaurant, and shortly after that, when he's out of sight, the suspect actually returns.
Returns and grabs the aforementioned baseball bat and takes aim at the other man's car. The first swing appears to be a miss, and then maybe strike two, but the third swing bashes the driver's side window out.
Ultimately, if someone finds themselves in a situation like this, they should call the police. If it's getting to the point where, it's causing somebody to drive erratic, or they're getting very upset and it can escalate, they should call the police. We have to let things go, let it roll off us, and we have to do a better job as a society of controlling our own emotions.
Clearly, yeah. The man, by the way, appears to be in his 30s. He has a mustache. He's driving a black sedan there with chrome trim and chrome handles, like the hubcaps are chrome there. If you can help identify him, call Wyandotte Police. Kim?
Okay, Jason, thank you. Pentagon officials addressed the nation on the end of the war in Afghanistan. They say the military will study the 20-year war and the rushed evacuation that ended it for years.
We will do what we always do, and that is to look at ourselves and do after-action reviews, and we want to make sure that we learn every lesson that can be learned from this experience.
This is tough stuff. War is hard. It's vicious. It's brutal. It's unforgiving. And yes, we all have pain and anger. And when we see what has unfolded over the last 20 years and over the last 20 days, that creates pain and anger.
The latest on the Pentagon's reaction and Americans and Afghan allies left behind is ahead at 6:30 on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
This is Rudy Gammo, and right now he has something in common with Rick Wershey. That's because Gammo is serving time on a drug-related charge with some controversy behind it, and that's why Wershey was part of a crowd today protesting in Gammo's behalf. Larry Spruill was at that protest in Pontiac. Larry?
Everyone knows or at least heard of the story of white boy Rick. He's now out of prison, and he is still using his story to help fight the justice system and help others. One of those men, his name is Rudy.
And I don't think people are aware of their constitutional rights, so it was kind of fitting the brand that we created.
Rick Wershey Jr., or White Boy Rick, is talking about his new partnership with Pleasantries Cannabis Company. They are introducing a new brand called The Eighth, with Wershey as the face of it.
Our brand is the Eighth, and the Eighth is your Eighth Amendment, which bans cruel and unusual punishment, excessive bail, which, you know, we all have constitutional rights, but a lot of times they're violated.
Rick did years in prison on drug-related charges. Many say his sentence was excessive.
When I was 17 years old, my bail was $300,000, not 10%. I had to pay $300,000.
Now out, he's using this partnership and his voice to help others in a similar situation. Wednesday, supporters of Rudy Gammo gathered outside the Oakland County Courthouse. Gammo is charged with operating a city-sanctioned medical marijuana dispensary in Michigan back in 2018 before voters voted to legalize adult use of marijuana. His sentence is 5.5 years in prison.
I'm in here under the pandemic. Everyone else is doing the same thing that I did years ago, and I'm paying the price for it. My family are my victims. My family's struggling without me. My son has leukemia. Even if I have to stay here, as long as I know I got those people supporting me, I can't ask for nothing more.
Now, Rudy's attorney, Barton Morris, tells me the Oakland County prosecutor has already agreed with the motion to get him out of prison, but recently a judge denied that motion. So his attorney tells me today they filed another motion to reconsider. We're live tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
All right, Larry.
Well, power is back for parts of New Orleans while crews work to return power to hundreds of thousands in Louisiana. Around 1 million homes and businesses remain without power, and health officials say more than 600,000 don't have running water. Long lines at stores and gas stations continued today, and more people are evacuating from the area. The storm's death toll rose to 6 after a Louisiana woman was found drowned and a Maryland man was found dead in a flooded apartment complex. Metro Detroit is always willing to help with major disasters such as hurricanes and ice storms.
And today, the Michigan Humane Society gathered its best trained and most experienced team members and sent them to New Orleans to help with Hurricane Ida 2. Rod Maloney was there for the send-off. Rod.
We all know that people view their pets as very much part of the family. But what the Humane Society discovered during Katrina, the hurricane, that people were willing to forego their own health and safety to make sure their pets were okay. And in that instance, the Humane Society decided they'd put together specialized teams to try and help in that situation. And they're going to work now because of Ida.
And this is the SS Scruffy, making its not really a maiden voyage, but its first disaster response.
They gathered at the Michigan Humane headquarters in Detroit this morning, taking stock of all the gear they've assembled. This red-shirted crew trains year-long for trips like these.
So this is an example of some of the protective equipment that we would have in the water.
And they'll have with them water suits, knowing they're going to a city built underwater that is now fully underwater. President and CEO Matt Pepper shows us that specialized equipment they're bringing.
They have to be specially fit, as you can tell. Myron's not a small man. When he comes back, he'll be here to help locally, but right now he's going to be geared fully up. Obviously the protective equipment, vests, helmets, everything they might need.
They also have animal carrying cases, a rescue boat, and they'll buy gas just before going into the hardest hit storm zone.
Myron, this is your second response, correct?
Second response.
Really impressive is the courage that these guys show and the passion they show to go do this. This is not without risk. They will be entirely self-contained, so you saw some of the equipment that they'll be bringing with us in terms of the boat. We have to bring obviously all of our own gas with us, anything that we might need. We don't know what our infrastructure might look like when we get there. Every equipment they might need from sheltering in place to handling animals is in these vehicles.
Now, this is going to be a fairly quick trip. It takes a couple of days to drive to Louisiana. When they get there, they'll spend 6 days on the ground helping out, setting things up, and then driving back. In Detroit, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Okay, Rod. Ahead here at 6, Team USA isn't done yet. We'll hear from the families of some local Paralympians, including one who plays an awesome sport many people have never even heard about.
Make sure you stick around for that. The Paralympics going on right now. Let's check in with Andrew and see what's ahead tonight. Andrew?
And Kimberly and Devin, good weather not letting up yet either. We're looking at beautiful blue skies out there, warm 76 degrees, a great night for baseball with temperatures in the 70s for now. It does cool off into the 60s by game's end over at Comerica Park. How much lower do temperatures go tonight? We'll talk about that and the rest of the week's forecast and the holiday weekend coming up.
All right, Andrew. Also, last year, remember the emergency alert that was sent to pretty much everyone's cell phone across the state of Michigan?
Well, up next, the group who wasn't happy about that and what they're trying to do about it.